A pleasant afternoon. First and foremost, please allow me to introduce myself. I am Mr. Cristopher Bantug. I finished my Bachelor of Science in Business Administration, major in Management at Negros Oriental State University, Bayawan, Santa Catalina Campus, way back in 2011. I am the holder of Master in Business Administration, and now I completed the academic requirements for Doctor of Management, major in Human Resource Management. I am a civil service professional passer. I am a licensed professional teacher, a licensed real estate broker, and a licensed real estate appraiser. I am a part-time instructor of Norsu Bayawan Santa Catalina Campus from the year 2012 up to the present. And I am the master teacher 2 of DepEd Bayawan City, and currently I am the teacher in charge of Acting National High School under Bayawan City Division. What is my point of presenting this to you? It is primarily because it is the local government unit of Bayawan City who gave me the opportunity to achieve all of these things. If I need to share an input, I am the product of my father is a habal-habal driver and my mother is a housewife. When I finished my 4th year high school, gibrangkahan ako dahil sa kong ginikanan na din sila kapaskwela na ako. The point is, asa magpasunod mo adto. Blessing because LGU Bayawan has the LGU scholarship program during that time. But ladies and gentlemen, my menu of coming today is for you, for the people of Bayawan City to know what is happening to us in the event of free tuition fee. Blessed during my time because my only business is to look for scholarship program. When LGU Bayawan City issued a certification na scholar na ko, muadto na ko Norsu kay magpa-enroll. Guaranteed and assured that you will be accepted by a state university. In free tuition, I'm very sorry to note, during the implementation of free tuition fee, there is a difference in terms of the acceptance in a state university. Karon, I do not know if it is correct, but as far as my knowledge is concerned pertaining to scholarship programs, kinahanglan mo sa kang mapapasar or masulod sa ranking sa Norsu before ka mangitag scholarship program. The question is, what will happen to the Bayawanan youth who has 91 as their average grade, yet wala silang kasunod sa ranking? I will be presenting to you with the permission of the deans of Norsu Bayawan Santa Catalina Campus some data pertaining to the realities happening in our community. Ang disclaimer lang po, any views and opinions expressed by yours truly does not necessarily reflect or represent the Department of Education and the Commission on Higher Education. Any content provided by yours truly of his opinion and are not intended to malign any religion, ethnic group, club, organization, company, individual, or anyone or anything. I am here to present to you some menu that will probably help our local legislators on what we can do to help our Bayawanan youth who has dreams like me before. So, allow me to start now the presentation. This is the data coming from the Department of Education. As you can see, this is for grade 12 data. Meaning when we say grade 12, that is the senior high school. After grade 12, then you are now qualified in any tertiary education. So for our basic ed, for public, in 2017, we have an enrollment of 1,606 with graduates of 1,588. To include private, we have 88, the graduates 87. During that time in 2017, Norsu, our very own state university, offered some programs for senior high school, and they have 99 as their enrollment. In 2017 to 2018, we only have 1,793 enrollment for grade 12 and we have 1,675 as our graduates. Moving forward, in the year 2020-2021, we have an enrollment of 2,163. As you can see, for a matter of 4 school years, there is a significant increase of our enrollment. Thus, the same trend will follow in our graduates. So more or less, as of this time, we do not have data from our DepEd BEIS for 2,163. But I am confident to say that we reached 2,000 as our graduates. What is the point or the implication of this presentation? For DepEd Bayawan City only, I am referring to our schools in Bayawan and Pasay. We are producing for this school year 2,000 plus graduates. Next slide, please. I do not know if the members of the City Council been able to review Republic Act 10931, also known as the Universal Access to Quality Tertiary Education Act. Next slide. This is actually approved during the 17th Congress in their first regular session. This is the Republic Act 10931, an act promoting universal access to quality tertiary education by providing for free tuition and other school fees in state universities and colleges, local universities and colleges, and state-run technical vocational institutions, establishing the tertiary education subsidy and student loan program, strengthening the unified student financial assistance system for tertiary education and appropriating fund therefore. So what is the idealism of this law? It says that it declares that quality education is an inalienable right to all Filipinos and that the state shall take appropriate actions to ensure that education is accessible to all. This law was passed in the year 2017 and aims to provide every Filipino access to proper college education, be it in a public or private institution. During the son of our president, he made mention about this accomplishment. And I do not know if this is the very first time in this plenary to talk about what is happening in our local community. So, as far as the said law is concerned, it further says under Section 2 on the Declaration of Policy, it is hereby declared that quality education is an inalienable right of all Filipinos, and it is the policy of the state to protect and promote the rights of all students to quality education at all levels. Therefore, the state shall take appropriate steps to make education accessible to all. Likewise, the state hereby recognizes the complementary roles of public and private higher education institutions and technical vocational institutions in the educational system, and the invaluable contribution that the private tertiary schools have made and will make to education. For these intents, the state shall A. Provide adequate funding and such other mechanisms to increase the participation rate among all socio-economic classes in tertiary education. Second, provide all Filipinos with equal opportunity to quality tertiary education in both the private and public educational institutions. Give priority to students who are academically able and who come from poor families. Ensure the optimized utilization of government resources in education. Provide adequate guidance and incentives in channeling young Filipinos in their career choices and towards the proper development and utilization of human resources. And recognize the complementary roles of public and private institutions in tertiary educational system. So in the next slide, you can see here statistics. These are the programs offered in Norsu, Bayawan, Santa Catalina campus. As you can see, we have Bachelor of Science in Agriculture with an enrollment capacity of 155. We have Bachelor of Science in Forestry. Enrollment capacity, 44. Pila ang nang-apply sa maong kurso? There are 959. Pila ang kalahian nila? We have percentage change of 760. Question. Sir, what is the enrollment capacity you are referring to? This is the maximum number that a certain college or a certain program will accept for that school year. In other words, out of 959 who expressed their intention to enroll in the College of Agriculture and Forestry, only 199 will be given the opportunity. Ladies and gentlemen, I do not know if you could still remember during our time. During our time, we are very much engrossed with the course that we dream. Ang ako nga lang dyan, basta na ay kwarta makaskwilata. But right now, it's not all about that. It's about having that luck, having that privilege to be included in the enrollment capacity. Another, under Bachelor of Science in Computer Science, enrollment capacity, 30. Pila ang i-apply? There are 126 who applied for that course. Information Technology, enrollment capacity, 90. Pila ang apply? 477. Midwifery, enrollment capacity of 15. Screening applicants, 0. Ganun siyang nawalang Sir Bantug. According to the informant coming from Norsu, it is because namatay ang teacher. Kuya Padang ni Ma'am. Namatay ang teacher na nag-handle sa midwifery. And there is no regular teacher na nakakuha sa iyang item because no qualified teacher. 15 katao, sayang walay nakapa-enroll for first year. And please be informed that majority of our midwives in the barangays are coming from Norsu. And there was a record from Norsu that Norsu Bayuan sa Catalina campus ranked and top number 4 during the midwifery examination. Another, Bachelor of Science in Office Administration. Enrollment capacity 40. Wala na siya hidawat karon, 0. Reason, no qualified teacher to teach the subject. Another, BSBA, enrollment capacity 100. Pila ang nang-apply? 597. Hospitality Management, enrollment capacity 100. Pila ang nang-pa-screen? 604. Criminology, enrollment capacity 150 only, out of 1,098. Bachelor of Elementary Education, only 50. Bachelor of Secondary Education, 150. A total of 200 for the College of Education. There are 1,218 who made an attempt to apply for a certain program. Bachelor of Science in Industrial Technology, 266. Pila ang pa-screen? 937. For Norsu Bayuan Santa Catalina Campus, according to their POR number 56 series of 2019, Norsu Bayuan Santa Catalina Campus will only accept for this school year 1,190 out of 6,016. This is where my interest comes in as an educator and as a school administrator. It is the desire of our hearts, inspiring our learners to continue education. Allow me to cite a realistic situation under my school. Right now, I am the school head of Acti National High School, geographically the same with any other secondary schools in Bayawan City Division. I have 78 graduates. 64 of them applied to Norsu. Only 5 accepted for tertiary education. Nibalik sa ako ang binigana ni Ingon, Sir, wala na dapat si Udo. Sir, wala na dapat si Inday. Take note, katos silang namali, puro to sila mga with high honors and with honors. The most painful part in my end is on how I am going to advise the parent. Igo na lang ba kung ingon na pasensya, maunamang yun na. Muna makadungog ang mga istorya na may pag-aitong naibayad, kay pag gusto pa, kay naay paglago. Karon kung dili madawat sa ranking mo, ana na nalamantay mahimo. This is a problem, ladies and gentlemen. And we are now on the 4 years of implementation, which means if the same thing will happen in the next 4 years, there is a big problem in terms of, number one, production of our professional manpower in Bayawan City. Second, will limit Bayawans to perform more and unleash their potentials in their full capability. Why? Because tertiary education offers only limitations or constraints. The worst thing here is that what will happen to the son or daughter of a put driver? What will happen like me, a son of a habal-habal driver? What will happen to Itapacero? What will happen to the Lavanderas who do not have any other option but to go to Norsu? Yet after the posting of the ranking, wala na. All you have to do is to cry. Pipila ka bulan nag-celebrate sila kay honor ilang mga bata. 91 ang average. Are we saying they are not academically able? I beg to disagree. But the only point they are not accepted because we have limitations on the ranking and absorptive capacity. Question now, Sir, what is the basis of NORSO for that absorptive capacity, for carrying capacity? As per law and as per CNO, there is what we call a COPC and the CHED. And I mentioned, there is teacher-student ratio. Pila ka po ang regular na teacher, mo ay pwede abrihan na sections. In 4 years' time, ladies and gentlemen, in the year, 2018 to 2019, and 2019 to 2020, NORSU increased its absorptive capacity for only 25 individuals. Malipay naman ta sa 25, yet na ipila kalibo mawala. O sa may punto, sayang ang opportunity na sila makaswela, pero wala na kadangan o pribilehiyo. So let's proceed now to the enrollment now of NORSU Bayawan. I do not know who among the city councilors or vice mayor has the knowledge already na bitaw sir nakadumog ni Ana, bitaw nakita po ni siya, bitaw we made an arrangement to NORSU mga nang wala na siya nadawat, and the always answer is absorptive capacity.
Bugnaw na inyong kung kaldo.
Another thing, interesting point. Matod pa, dali nang gawas karon, more chances of winning. Ang usak ka estudyante karon sa NORSU, gapa-enroll sa tanang kurso. That's what I mean by multiple application. My interest supposedly is to take education, pero di man ko sure kung madawat ko sa education. So hangtod sa agriculture, akong i-applyan. Worse, wapadyo ko nadawat sa tanang i-applyan na lang. Another reality, and let us admit the fact, there are Bayawanan learners nga ni-gamble and i-try Apil na ang Shaton, Dumaguete, Mabinay, and as far as Gilungan. Kung saan pasabot yung Sir Bantug, ni-apply sila dito sa Bayawan, ni-apply din sila sa other campuses. Ending, wala gihapon madawat. Pila average 90. These are realities in the field now. So another point, next slide please. This data is taken from the NORSU BSc Registrar. As you can see on the data, in the year 2016, they have an enrollment of 4,265. Kaysa una sa NORSU, di ba kung makarelate mo kung taga-NORSU mo, mutaler mo tamuan, gusto bahala mo kasi namin ka pa-enroll. Ang importante, sure goal ta, nga makaskwela ta sa mga manay LGU scholarship. Karon friend, ma-interview lang ka, mag-congrats na ka sa imong self, at least nakaabot ka sa interview. So see, for 4,265, in the year 2021, naaalala sila estudyante na 3,214. So what happened now to 1,000 plus? Reason, absorbing capacity. Next. So what are the realities of free tuition under Republic Act 10931? This is in accordance to my personal analysis and my personal capacity as a youth advocate. Number one, the said program is anti-poor. Sounds conclusive, but please allow me to elaborate. Why it is anti-poor? What happened now is, tanan pa pwedeng mo-apply. You are a son or daughter of a city councilor, mo-apply dito, pareha. Mangingisda, anak sa mangingisda, mo-apply dito, pareha. But the question now is, kinsa man ang natagaan of better chances in education way back in their basic ed? Kinsa man ang dagkong grado sa eskwelahan? I think you will agree with me that those who are highly privileged, those who has access to educational technology, those who can afford tutors, those who has books, are more likely na i-honor sa klase than us, mga anak ko. I am speaking because this is the reality now. Good for those who can afford, but how about those who wala kay pareha man? Wala man nagpasabit ng NORSU ITR. Tanan ng musulod dito parihata. Good for, I'm sorry for mentioning, good for a prestigious institution like Mrs. Tech. Nga tanan, nag-ugrado, kay they are capable. Pag atong university, matagaan din sila. How about those products coming from an hinterland school? Where malnutrition is a problem. And these are determining factors in terms of memory, in terms of competence. Second, the program is not learner-friendly. Allow me to make mention about sports. Kabaluan ang tanan nga dili tanang tao bright, academically bright. So na yung grado 87, 88, karong mga panahon na, but it doesn't mean mabutol po sila. Ang nakaapan, they do not have the privilege na naman ang ibasihan sa screening is their high school grade and interview. Kung 88 ka karon, you ask sa mga nang-apply, layo kaayo ka sa ranking. So what will happen to those who are not academically inclined? Are we saying that they do not have any right for that access of education? Number 3, the program steals the dream course of the learner. Munta kong i-mention yung ganina. Tanan nga kurso gina-applyan. Kung madawat siya bahalang bisag kung saan na lang ang kurso, fine. In my experience as a senior high school teacher, natin ko sa kabatak na ako, lingon siya, sir, mo enroll ko sa NORSU. Sige dahil, kasi kung enroll lang na ako tanan. Niwang nga bata, luyahon. Kabalo mo asa siya nadawa, BSIT, automotive. Dahil makaya na ni mo automotive, di man ang bagay ni mo. Sige lang, sir, baka skula. Muship lang po niya. Importante makaskwela. So asan nang pangandoy nga itong ginihistoryahan na I want to become. Yet, there are restrictions in the real setting of this world. Next slide, please. With the kind permission of this chamber, please allow me to sign some recommendations. And with all due respect to your intellectual capabilities, for sure, you can recommend for more. But having presented these ongoing problems in the educational system of the country, please allow me to make some recommendations. The recommendations are divided into two parts. Number one is short term. Second is long term. To partly, if not to zero, but to lessen occurrences of bioano youth na dili siya makaswila. Una, find ways to increase the absorptive capacity. Kagahapon o karon, I received some calls from the deans na they were instructed by our good president in Norsu, trying to study about a possible increase of absorptive capacity. In my end, na ay madugang nga 5, na ay madugang nga 10, na ay madugang nga 50, na ay madugang nga 100, that is something already because we are referring to the young people. 100 kabuk na padayon ang eskwela because padayon ang absorptive capacity. Better. And I do not know if the LGU Bayawan City can initiate dialogue with our state universities on how we are going to improve or increase absorptive capacity. Second, explore the implementing rules and regulations under Section 8, known as the opt-out mechanism on page 8 of that Republic Act, IRR. Kung saan na state, ang maka-afford, example, ako wala ko nadawat, pero maka-afford kami, di ba, ang mga ginikanan, mangutang ng yun na para raw makaswela si Dudong ko si Inday. Nangutang akong ginikanan, tumupa-enroll ko umors. By virtue of implementing rules and regulation, it is acceptable. However, that particular section is not exercised in Norsu Bayuan Santa Catalina Campus. Unsay pasabot, sir, katong maka-afford, pwede na mo siyang mubayad o tuition o muskwela o enjoy o university life. Hope they can explore on that. Third, 80 to 20% percentage sharing on poor and rich. What do we mean by that? I do not know if I read a current literature and studies saying that the taxpayers in the entire Philippines, majority are poor. 80% of our tax collection are coming from the marginalized, and 20% are coming from professionals. Thus, it is right and proper that 80% in a state university are coming from the poor. Meaning, ang 80% guaranteeing that they are the sons and daughters of poor peace. They are the sons and daughters of the put drivers, of the tinderas, of the lavanderas, of the tapasera, among others. Which means we can add the income tax return as one of the requirements. Number 4, the city, this is just our humble recommendation, shall create a special task force to monitor the development of this program vis-a-vis the implementation of our recommendations. I am just hoping that this dialogue, kini atong isugdan karon, dili lang siya mamatay karon. Take it from me, in my economic point of view, as a management graduate and management specialist, I can really see big problems in Bayawan City in the coming years if we will not address immediately on this educational problem. Long term, scholarship program for teachers. Ganun kang mention, sir, of scholarship program. Di ba natin ordinance karon sa scholarship? I am not saying that I am not in favor. But the point there is this really the thing that we need? As far as my knowledge is concerned on other scholarship programs, wala na kayo siya natagad karon. Nagpasabot gamay ang market ng kapangitag scholarship because of free tuition. Sir, ang atong issue din na ay mga Bayawanon yun na wala nakaswila. They are academically able pero wala slot. Ingon ni Norsu, Sir Bantug, dapat na kay regular teachers. Kung sa reason nga wala sila na regular, wala sila katiwas sa ilang master's degree, at least. Wala sila kakuman silang doctorate degrees, at least. My point of recommendation, why not give them scholarship program for further studies? If the assurance in the long term, take note, master's degree in the Philippines, you can get it in 2 years or 3 years time. It is a reality in Norsu, nga naanay uban nila for thesis na lang, meaning in 6 months time, mahuman nilang ilang master's degree. Why not give them a grant as a motivation? Because the teacher now is the indicator for us to increase absorptive capacity. Where is the return on investment? The return service. A promise of return service stipulated in the memorandum of agreement. That a certain teacher who finish and avail for a certain grant coming from LGU1 will render services for this number of years. In other words, in 3 years' time, I will not be showing to you again the same trend of absorptive capacity. But rather that 1,000 absorptive capacity today in 3 years' time, we are hopeful that this will increase to 3,000 to 5,000 number of student population. For what reason? Because LGU by one city provided them with that opportunity. Number 2, if not feasible, why not explore on the possibility for putting up our own local state university or college? Sir, dili na ito madala more, so they have their own management. Then what will happen now, sir? Sa mga bayawanan ng wala ang kaskwila, maganda ang kaskwila. The only hope is for them to study. This is a great challenge now. Can we come up now with our own college funded by the local government unit of Bayawan? Sounds big, but the problem now is at the center of our discussion. Nga saan ang istoryahan ng takaroon na ay mga bata ang impress kaya wala na dapat sa ilang kurso. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my humble opinion that the local city legislators will look into this matter. Let us save the Bayawanan youth because they have the power to push through with their dreams. They will become problems in the future. More corpus is coming if that is the case. More dole-outs from LGU are expected if we will not save them. Let's do this and please give them the opportunity to achieve their dreams. Allow me to end the presentation with next slide. My great mentor, Dr. Jose Rizal, when he said, without education and liberty, which are the soil and the sun of man, no reform is possible. No measure can give the result desired. Lastly, when Dr. Jose Rizal mentioned that the youth is the hope of our future. And for this year, 2021, Mr. Bantug strongly believed that the youth are still the hope of this land. Honorable Vice Mayor Carion, members of this local council, thank you very much.